Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. This is the patch notes from the public test server week 1 5.2. Basically update 24 Dragonhold, which is like the conclusion of the year-long story. So we will go through that and draw a conclusion at the end, whether we like the stuff that we see or not. And if you want, you can always leave a comment in the comment section below. Featuring the conclusion, yes. We have also added several new collectibles. Okay, wait, let's start. I'll introduce not only the new zone of Southern Elsweyr, but also adds 2 world bosses, 2 delves, and new dragon hunt areas, complete with fearsome frost and storm dragons. We have also added several new collectibles, item sets, achievements, and titles for you to acquire. Best known since 1. The base game is our updated activity finder for dungeons and battlegrounds, and also focuses heavily on the first part of the performance improvements for ESO with an overhaul of how memory is managed. Yeah. There is still memory leaks in the game, which are very heavy. Like, when you're doing a dungeon or a trial, you start with 80 FPS and it will go down and down and down and down. That's because somehow the memory is completely wrecked, which is a problem. So maybe this addresses some of it. That's why people usually say, okay, I gotta restart my game, so it kind of clears the memory or something. I'm not sure how it works. And the activity finder, I really do hope it actually works. This was, I think, the biggest issue during Elsweyr launch and events, and pissed off a lot of people. So I really hope that updated queue system will finally work. The problem was because there was too many people queuing, it actually just broke. Which is a good problem, but I don't know. Like always, NA characters. And can't wait to read your feedback. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. New zone, Southern Elsweyr. So how do you guys feel about getting Northern Elsweyr as a chapter and then Southern Elsweyr as a story DLC? You feel like you have to pay twice? Because previously it's like them splitting Somerset in 2 pieces. And then you get one part first and then the second one otherwise. That's how I feel, at least. Black radio. So I don't necessarily like that. Follow the money. So, Basically story introduction, yes. There's templates, so if you want to test out the changes, you can go do it if you have a PC account. Yeah, most people have ESO Plus, and they might actually, I do hope, I think was it Murkmire that they put as a daily reward? Like when you manage to log in daily, you actually got Murkmire as a reward. It might be the same case with this one. Hopefully. So yeah, I hope they will do the same with this one. Because I think a lot of people are tilted. Because it's like, well, you have Elsweyr and it's cut in 2 pieces. It's obviously, if it's really that much work that they just finish Northern Elsweyr and then afterwards they started working on Southern Elsweyr, that's fine. But if they finish everything together and then cut it, that would obviously be kind of shitty. Hey. Season of the Dragon finale. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay. Rebuilding the Dragonguard Sanctum. So there's story stuff. Sure. Frost and Storm Dragons. Okay. I found the dragons in the overland zone in Elsweyr a little bit stale. They didn't even have like any unique names. I hope the ones in Dragonhold will be better. New item set. So I will do a separate video on that, showcasing all the stuff, but let's just read through them. In this update, there are 6 new item sets to obtain. 3 item sets that drop from Southern Elsweyr and 3 crafted sets. Very nice. Now, the crafted sets are ready to go. Marauder's Haste. So this is an overland set. When you cast a damage shield ability, increases your movement speed by 20 for 9 seconds. So you could get this on top of the 30-second speed buff. Is that right? What do you see from that little cage? Can I That's all. I mean, it's a 5-piece bonus, but it still sounds fairly powerful if you can backbar it to like run away and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a good set. And you usually spam shields a lot anyway, so the 9 seconds is very easy to keep up. Yeah, it's 50% speed buff. You can add other stuff like Orc Racials, Minor Expedition. I'm gonna get Speedy Gonzalez. Dragonguard Elite. You gain a stack of Dragonguard Tactics for 5 seconds when you deal direct damage to an enemy from the front or sides, up to 5 stacks. Each stack increases your weapon critical by 4, 7, 6. You can only gain 1 stack every 1 second. That's basically... Ooh, that's a lot, huh? That's a lot. It's a nice set. That's a medium set. Okay. The stamina recovery bonus sucks a little bit. On the other hand, with the sustain changes, might actually not be too bad. So it's a good set. Imagine actually wanting to get some of the new sets when a new patch drops. Big smile. Essential Defender. Dealing direct damage with a non-heavy attack grants you a 1 persistent stack of Essential's Duty up to 10 stacks. After dealing damage with a fully charged heavy attack, restore 535 stamina and magicka for each stack of Essential's Duty. You can only gain 1 stack Essential's Duty every 1 second. So you basically can get 5000 stamina magicka. So they basically try to teach people to light attack, right? That's what they're trying to say there. Ember Pleasant much better than this. Yeah, it's a lot of work to get to the 10 stacks, but you kinda can control when you want to get the resources, which is nice. But yeah, this is not really particularly good, I would say. There's better options. Ancient Dragonguard. Note this set is unavailable until the Dragon headquarters is sufficiently restored. Also, you actually need to do quests to get it. Gain 300 weapon and spell damage while health is over 50%. Gain 3460 bonus physical and spell resistance while health is 50% or less. That's actually cool. I mean, it's not super strong, but I like the proc effect, and it's supposed to be some sort of hybrid set. But I like this. Oh, it's not just like, okay, proc damage here and there. This is like, oh, okay, you're more than 50% health, you get weapon damage. You're lower, physical. It's not particularly good, but it's a decent set, and I like how it works. Daring Corsair. Stamrag, Magarag. Yeah. Reduce the cost of your weapon abilities by 10% magic or stamina. Does that mean ultimates are not affected, I guess? After casting a weapon ability, gain minor heroism for 8 seconds, generating while in combat. Like 1 ultimate every 1.5 seconds. It has 8 seconds cooldown. So, a 10% cost reduction on your weapon abilities. So that's just the weapon skill lines. Plus you get minor heroism. If you focus on a build with a lot of weapon abilities, that's actually... 10% is a lot. The question is, do you need that much cost reduction? And you get minor heroism. Pretty nice. New Moon Acolyte. The bonus here, I'm not sure, like that's what I don't understand. 129 weapon and spell damage. 800 for every weapon and spell critical, and then you have like 2 and 3 bonus. Like, why is it not 129 Magicka and Stamina Recovery? Is it too strong? That's weird. New Moon Acolyte. Weapon and spell crit. Weapon damage, spell, penetration, always very strong. Adds 481 weapon and spell damage. Increase the cost of your active abilities by 5%. That's a lot of weapon and spell damage. Sure, there's a small downside, but Jesus. That's how much does Fury give? That's... Let's see if this will make it to life. Fury gives 500, but it has to stack up. 600? No, it's not 700 anymore. It got nerfed a little bit. He died from my dot. Too strong. Okay, 500. 500. Yeah. No, I think it's 25 times 20 or something like that. Emmy Robbins with the tier 1 sub for 6 months. Thank you very much. How are you doing? It's 2920? Yeah, so whatever. 500, 600 weapon damage. But it scales up, and after 5 seconds, I think, it doubles the duration, and then you have to restart it. This here is permanent 481 weapon damage. And you also get, like, the penetration is very powerful. Penetration is the most powerful stat in the game. 1500 is a lot. And then you get weapon and spell damage and crit. For a 5% cost increase. Hey, sign me up. Where do... No problem. You actually can... To neglect this a little bit more, you can just front bar it. Like, you on the back bar, you can have your... What should I say? Like, support abilities, healing abilities that are usually very expensive. So, you can just front bar this set. So, the back bar is not affected by the cost increase. Therefore, 5% means shit all. So, if this really goes through, this will probably be... Well, probably, this will be best in slot. Like, you're gonna slap this thing on anything. And it's a crafted set, which means it's... You can craft it heavy, medium, light, whatever, YOLO. Maybe 8%? 10% is probably a little bit too much. 8% might be the good option. Or like 8% and change this to like regen. I feel like what makes it even more powerful is that you get penetration and another spell and weapon damage. Like these two stats. Very powerful. So yeah. This feels a little bit overtuned. But I must say, I am pleasantly surprised. Because most of these sets sound like, oh, they're nice, they're nice. So the guy who made these, good job. Good job. Yeah, most of them are, I really like them. Like when I look at like Scalebreaker or previous updates, it's like most of the times like useless. Why would I need any of these sets? And these here, nice. I think they have an overall problem though, because they push 6 new sets every DLC. And because everything scales in these games, the old sets never get outdated. So it creates a problem. It's like, well, you're gonna continue this game for another 5-10 years? Probably 10 years, which is a realistic gap. And I will be here all the time. Grandpa Alcast in 10 years. And I'm already old, I guess, but whatever. You're gonna have 500 different sets. How you wanna, like, see through that? So they need to figure out or change the system at some point. Because they just got, or they gonna keep pushing 6 new sets over and over and over. Hard to say. But yeah, it's a good start. But yeah, this one, a little bit overtuned. But let's see. New achievement, titles, and collectibles. At least, let's say one more thing. At least it's no Dumbo Jumbo proc sets stuff, right? If I'm a grandpa, you'll still watch. That's great to hear. It's no proc set stuff. I really like these sets, or you get something if your health is over 50, something else. And sure, this year is a little bit over the top, but at least it's not like, oh, you gain this, and the weapon damage. There is like some sort of downside to it. It might not be enough, but at least like a very powerful set, and it has also a negative effect. That's what I hate about the champion points. It just make you stronger without any downside. Oh, you want 50% more damage and 50% more mitigation? No problem. Here, champion point system. It shouldn't be the case. If you have more damage, you should be squishier. Yeah. Dice and titles. Nice. Let's see. Wait, didn't they? Wait, this... Yeah, okay, there's some... Dragon Slayer. Collectables, so there's a lot of cool stuff to get. I still think they focus on the clown story a little bit too much, in my opinion. But it's nice that we actually get some stuff. I think I started playing no CP everything because for PvP it's too much, yeah. New cost increase are stupid though, there is already too much light and heavy attacking. Well, you need to do light. If you don't do light attacks in this game, you're not playing the game right. It's like playing a car game and you take, like, you remove the fucking, like, car engine or something. You don't want to do that. A new costume. Corsair outfit styles. 1 new costume to get and 10 new in the crown store. New motifs, Dragonguard motif chapters, as well as styles, item gilding, salts. Yeah. Someone mentioned that we will actually have the fabricated, also fabrication motif. Finally, I QQ'd about that motif like for the last 2 years, I think. It's like, where is it? Why is it not here? Every day. No, not every day, but a lot. Refabricated motif. Yeah, okay, that's what it's called. So nice. I was in tears. Like, where is it? New homes. Okay, new homes. It's nice. I would like to see some new features for... I mean, I'm like a guy, okay, I have my cave with the most amazing goat shrine. It's like, why would I need more homes? But a lot of people like to get several homes, so it's nice that they add new stuff. Though I think most people still wait for an increase in furniture items. But they can't really do it because the game engine can't handle it. Base game. The goat shrine is pretty epic. I know. And I will also do a recap video on this for YouTube too. Like, to sum up most of the important stuff, because I know not everybody wants to sit through a 10-hour video. It's not gonna be 10 hours, but you get the idea. This update introduces an updated activity finder. Note the UI will still appear the same as before, but we have recoded the tool to be more effective under load. Specific changes to the tool that will be most noticeable are outlined below. So nah. UI doesn't need a change, totally fine. But the important part, recode the tool. Because again, nobody likes spaghetti code. If you code your game, like spaghetti, it's not gonna work. So it's very important that you need to make it not like spaghetti. Okay. I don't know what you like, clean code or something. Dungeons adjusted the removing from area timer when leaving an instance. The timer is now 2 minutes when leaving a complete instance to allow for more time for quest turns in and such. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice. It is also like sometimes I wanna make screenshots because some stuff is cool and then it's like, oh, group disband and poof, rip. Now, it is also only 10 seconds when leaving an incomplete instance to make the process of finding replacement group members for group activities quicker. Battleground, accepting a ready check for where will now immediately send you to the battleground. This is to help avoid a common situation where repeatedly ready checks happen with only 1 or 2 players not accepting them, yeah. Well, sometimes the full group accepted them and it still told you. Somebody's not ready, somebody's not ready. Yeah, okay. The battle will continue to find replacements for players that declined or timed out for ready. So you press ready check once and you get ported in and then you have to wait. That's a better solution because it pisses me off when I have to press ready check 20, 60, 100 times. That's good. Alliance War, this section of the activity finder has been completely removed. The original idea was to help facilitate grouping in Cyrodiil, but based on our data we found it was very rarely used. Wait, there was a Cyrodiil group finder? I can't even recall that. The fuck? Yeah? Really? The hell? Everyone was like, what? Since when? Yeah, it did not work. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Memory management overhaul. So, performance, simply put, sucks so hard. I could probably skip through a PowerPoint presentation faster and would get more FPS than I have in ESO. In this update, we have implemented a new memory pooling system to reduce memory fragmentation. This fundamentally changes how we handle memory use in ESO and will improve your experience by significantly reducing the chance of crashing and running out of memory. We may also notice a minor FPS improvements. So they really need to get their stuff to shit together with like performance. It's so bad. And it's not only FPS, latency and client desync is also a big issue. Client desync is a huge issue. Battleground runner weapon outfit styles, so there's some new outfit styles, that's cool. Hey Gray. They updated a few of the sets. Agility, new, old one 1400, new one 1700. Okay, that's a small buff. But nice that they updated. I mean, this year it was not bad. I usually use this as a 2-piece set because it gives more stamina than anything else. So that's actually a buff to some of the builds. It's not a huge buff, but nice that they adjusted. Maybe a little bit. If they boost it even more, it probably will get too strong. Eh? Hard to say. Because you can like front bar this, right, on a two-hander or something, and you will get the 1800 stamina, which is really strong. Blessing of Potentas reduced.
I guess not today, because...
Damage taken by 5 and reduced... Ooh. Kaiser Sötze, thank you for the prime sub. Much appreciated. Did I say that correctly? Balisa causes health... Well, it already causes healthy things on the... Blessing of the Potato, yeah. 15% is nice, and the damage reduction... So you could combine this with Akaviri Dragonguard to get 30% ulti cost reduction, basically. And if you combine this with like a Red Guard, weapon abilities have a 38% cost reduction. If you combine this with a Redgar Sork, it's 53. Redgar, like Sorks have 15% cost reduction. 53%. Is that right? Yeah, so 3 times 15 plus 8. Holy mother. You can weave Onslaught or Dawnbreakers. That's amazing. Scoring music, thank you for the prime sub. Okay, let's see Endurance. Eagle Eye. Weapon creep to direct, increase the range of your bow by 3 meters. Yeah, not really useful. Oh, that's the old one. What? 1800 weapon creep to direct range damage abilities? So lethal arrow and stuff? Well, I mean, you usually snipe out of stealth, so you crit anyway, right? Sure, the second one. If you snipe out of stealth, you snipe again, you shadow these guys, it should crit again if I recall correctly. But it's not, it sounds fairly good, but again, not really sure. Probably better sets. I mean, for non-knife blades, yeah, okay, yeah, for that might be good. If you're a snipe spammer. Endurance. Old, new. Max. The old one, 193 stam rack and health. And almost 2000 health for a 2-piece bonus. Holy cow. That's a lot. 2k for a 2-piece? That's a lot. And what? 600 health recovery? 600 health recovery and 2k health for 2 and 3 piece. That's like stronger than a 5-piece set. The 620 health recovery. Arcane feathers with the 300. Cheers, thank you very much. That's a lot. Holy cow. Yeah, it's better than Beaky, but it's also better than Alessian Order, basically. What the hell? Well, okay. Whatever floats their boat, eh? Grace of Ancient. So old, Magicka, and increase your max. What? That's basically Necropotence, but... Well, Necro is like 3k, right? But this is 2.4. That's a lot of extra Magicka. Dude, some of these sets look really nice now. I mean, you still have to break your like oh, you can't wear a monster, like you usually have 5-5-2 setup, so you need to decide what do you want. But still, these sound not bad. Not bad. It's like alcasthq. Yeah, I don't know why people use alcasthq. I feel like Shacklebreaker most of the times is always the better option. Or Necropotence, if you have a pet. Okay, I like these changes. These are nice. Maybe a little bit over the top, like this 600 health recovery. Whatever. Vengeance Leech. 1200 max health. When you kill an enemy, you heal for 2000 health and restore 2k magic and stamina. Old. So this here, the 2-piece bonus gives you 2k max health, and here it's 1200. Why is it not Streamlight? They like to standardize everything. Maybe because of this. That's very powerful. This is a very nice set if you want to do like Maelstrom Arena or just farm and you don't have Vicious Serpent or False God. Gives you basically unlimited sustain. Special weapon 532 with a master weapon. Yeah. So I like. It looks like we will have a lot more good options next patch. Especially PvP wise. And this could make for an like these ulti cost reductions could make for an insane tank build. If you can get 53% ulti cost reduction, that's crazy. Oh, even 45. Willpower. Old, yeah, and this is like the same as, so that's nice. Not too much, but also not too little. Wrath of the Imperium, old. They changed the crit, and also it's based to direct range damage abilities. Oh. That's a lot of extra crit. What? Wait. To direct ranged damage abilities. I mean, Magicka has a lot more ranged abilities, right? And they're telling me I get like, what's that? 1000 is 10%, so that's like 18% crit? Is that right? No, that's not right. How much is that? No. How much percent is this? %. Okay, 15%. Yeah. 9%? Okay. What's Major Prophecy? I thought our Major Prophecy is 10%. I thought, yeah. Advancing is 2000 and it's like 9 or 10%. Yeah, okay. The 2k is 10%. Okay. So it's like 9%. But still, it's nice. I don't think it's overpowered, but it's good. But yeah, these sets are all nice. I like what they did to... The new sets are nice, and these changes. Very good job. Clap, clap. Arrows, widescreen, shine, blocking... Yeah, these are like... what are they called? They have like blue light filter stuff. And I can see into the future. Undaunted Celebration. Yeah, whatever. Roleplay stuff. Hey, Elian. How's the future of ESO? It's gonna be bright. You just gotta have patience till Elsweyr. I mean, they have a new team there. They're trying to figure out all the changes, right? And sure, some stuff doesn't really make sense. But you just gotta have patience with them. I probably give them till the next chapter. And I hope they will be done by the next chapter. And then from there forward on, I don't want any shitty changes every 3 months anymore. Sure, small changes, yes, but not like a complete punch into the face. Because for players that don't really keep up with the meta, or like, oh, there's a new DLC, let's go check out the game, and there's like, what happened to my build? What happened to my class? Why? Nobody understands. That shouldn't be happening. Sure, it's an MMO, but still, every 3 months, that's too much. Once this update goes live, we'll be opening a new Cyrodian campaign. Latvulon is a 30-day CP-enabled, non-alliance locked campaign. Additionally, we will be shutting down the Yolnakrin campaign. RIP Dragon. Anyone assigned to this campaign as shutdown will receive a free campaign reassignment. Okay. Agree, as a constant build change has lost my interest. Yeah, you know, changes always happen, but it shouldn't just be a fucking 360 change, in my opinion. And that's what's always happening. But again, I'm giving them till like next chapter, and then I really hope that they will have almost all the stuff finished. So yeah, they still have some time. Now, so this is actually nice. The campaign, like the faction locks, most people dislike them. The question is, will this campaign be on top or at the bottom of the list? Because people usually tend to click on top of the list. Oh, the first campaign, so it must be the most popular one, right? So what could happen is, it could split the player base even more, and then you will have 2 half-empty campaigns. Let's see what happens. Or everybody is intelligent enough and might go to the non-alliance locked campaign. Maybe not. Maybe people prefer faction locks. Some don't. We will see what happens. What happened to Werewolf? I saw Rending Slash's tooltip, yeah, and it's not looking bright. Or too half full, yeah, like I said, it might split the PvP player base, and then you will have like 2 half full or half empty campaigns, right? This PTS site includes a single template, apply name Dragonhold, max level, utilizing it will create a CP. Yeah, okay, that's like they tell you what they want to do. The templates, okay. Activity finder, sure. The only thing I want is it to freaking work. What they still seem to not have done is split solo and group Q in beaches, which is a mistake in my opinion, but it looks like they don't want to change it. So no point to QQ or give feedback. I mean, if more people go to the non-locked one, the other campaign will have better performance. True. True. Why is Werewolf a piece of crap now? Or like, what makes it so shitty, this patch? Or like this PTS? I haven't checked it out yet. I'm not sure if they... Okay, Necromancer. Due to many of the targeting issues with corpses and tethers... Oh, really? Really? We're allowing Shock Siphon and its morphs, as well as restoring Tether and its morphs to bypass the global cooldown. We are currently working on alternative methods to improve the targeting for these abilities, as well as improving the reliability of created corpses and their durations. Yeah. Will it fix the problem? I don't know. Class reps told them the tether stuff feels clunky. Content creators told them it's clunky. The PTS people told them it's clunky, and they still didn't want. They still wanted to keep the tethers how they are in the game. We'll see. I hope it will work better. It's really annoying. It's really annoying. Gravelord. Boneyard increases the base cost of this ability in Smorfs to 4,950, up from... Okay. So in general, what I understood is damage nerf, cost increase. So it's basically double nerf. Now, I personally don't mind the DPS nerf, but I do mind the cost increase. That's my problem. We have too much DPS anyway, but I think the cost increase is not good. Do I like coffee? Yeah, look there. I have a coffee machine back there. I can swing around 180 degrees with my chair. I don't even need to stand up to actually get myself a coffee.
What do you see from that little cave?
I already milked enough players with the Necro. So the surprising or the interesting thing about Necro is whenever I have been in an, let's say, non-optimized trial group, zero Necros. I'm like, where are the Necros? Everybody's like a Mexorc or something like that. I'm like, well, what's going on? Nobody's playing Necros. What the F? Endgame wise, in optimized groups, it looks different. But for me, it was like, well, did Necro get received this bad, or is it just not fun to play? People just really like their Mexorc, and so on. I mean, on my website, like, the most looked at build is Mexorc. No matter whether it's shit or good, it's always Mexorc. A lot of people want to play Mexorc, and that will never change. Necro isn't fun to play? Yeah, okay. Yeah. It's interesting to see these kind of things. I was just surprised, because I'm a meta humper. So it's like, well, I will play Necro because it's gonna push the most damage. Sure, sometimes I play my sword and board, stem DK DPS, which is a lot of fun, and it deals a lot of damage, and it's actually also fairly tanky because you have sword and board block mitigation. But in optimized groups, you kind of want Necros. I was just surprised that in 2 POC groups there was 0 Necros. And I'm like, what the F? Anyway, story time is for another day. Increase the base. Okay, we said that. A lot of cost increase, damage, and decrease the damage tick. So now we will hear of a lot of nerfs. I saw a lot of forum threads. Well, why you nerf Zork? Why you nerf my Nightblade? Everybody got more or less equally nerfed, I guess, if that's the right term to use. So everybody gets wrecked. Again, damage nerf is fine. Sustain nerf, I don't like it. Some people, like, sustain is already tough. And I think the game is better if it's fast paced. Sure, you could equip magic recovery or spell cost reduction, but most people are not going to do that. Most people are like, ugh. Most people rather have 0 sustain than actually apply like magic recovery for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. Frozen Colossus disability and its morphs will now only apply major vulnerability to enemies hit by the final smash rather than any enemy. This will reduce the total duration to 3 seconds, down from 5. It was actually not 5, it was 5.1 or 5.2 seconds. But okay. So yeah, that's fine, I guess. It still does a lot of damage. It is one of the most powerful ultimates, especially if you chain react it. And very optimized groups obviously almost had 100% uptime in burst phases, right? If you... Andy made another one where you could see, okay, it's your time to drop the Colossus now, let's go. Rota, rota, rota. 20 seconds vulnerability buff or debuff on the enemy. That's a lot of extra damage. 3 seconds is a nerf, but you still can chain react it. It's probably still gonna be the best option. But it's nice that they not completely destroy it, but rather tune it down a little bit. Shock Siphon decreased the damage per tick of this ability and morphs by approximately 33%. Okay. Does this cost something to cast? I'm actually not sure. Back to heavy tech meta because we are out of resources. Nice though. It's fine, you know, don't get too depressed. There is a forum thread, the 5 stages of PTS. It's always like anger, denial, and then some other stuff. I can't remember what it was. Does somebody remember? Yeah, the last one is acceptance. So, we will find solutions, okay? But I do get the frustration of people, like why they're frustrated. My main issue with it is that, like, in Scalebreaker, most people already... So there is denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance. Okay, I'm not sure if the... Yeah, whatever. So, in Scalebreaker, a lot of people already quit. Because people don't like the dot meta, everything is the same. And there is no reason to come back for the next update, right? There is no endgame content, there is no mini trial, there's no arena, no anything. On top, everybody gets nerfed. So most people will probably not bother come back and just not bother. Or like even quit if they're still playing. That's my main issue with it. We will be able to adjust. We have too much damage. So the damage nerfs are not bad. But sustain, hard to say if it deserved the nerf. Skeletal Mage decreased the damage per hit of this ability and its morphs by 50%. Okay. Rest in peace. Finally fix an issue. Okay, whatever. Just a fix. That's it with the changes. Necro, that's not a lot. They mostly targeted like damage abilities, I guess. Okay. I think the issue is the time you have to spend every 3 months. Yeah, I know, I get that. It's true. Like I mentioned, they said they had a standardization stuff. So they buff all dots and now they nerf it again by like 70%. Like, how do you, like, if you have an audit and you have a standardization, it's like, okay, this skill falls into this line, so it should do that much damage. How do you miss the target so hard, so you have to nerf it by 70% the next patch? That for me doesn't make any sense. If they would nerf stuff by 20%, I would say, okay, that's tweaking, makes sense. But 70 is a little bit a lot. Now, let's move on, otherwise we will be here tomorrow. And aim off. I'm not sure what tool they use to, like, I don't know their systems, what they use to make these calculations. It's just, I'm bad at mathematics, so I'm not the right guy to ask. But it just doesn't seem very logical. There's a normal distribution curse, yeah. Oh yeah, they changed bound armaments, huh? Okay, let's keep going. Quests, very important. Achievements, yeah. Dungeons. Okay, whatever. Combat and abilities. Wow, Elmo. People are so angry. It's always day 1 PTS or day 2 forums, discords are lighting up. And then some nice memes are born. You know, guys, if you're angry and if you want to talk shit, you gotta express it in memes. At least have some style. And everybody can laugh, okay? So you gotta deal with your frustrations by creating memes. I'm finishing my bachelor psychology, so trust me, it works. I'm a reliable source. How the fuck you call it? Whatever, anyway. In our continued efforts to improve server performance, yeah. We have refactored how sprint functions on the backend and have made some changes to design. I mean, the servers suck. And it's just annoying that they always like, oh, you know, we changed this because we want to improve the server performance, but it won't help shit. It's like, what's this gonna change? You're gonna have 0.005% better ping or what? Don't like it. Why always mention these things? Just fucking fix the server performance. These changes will not fix it. They need to restructure the whole stuff where it's probably not even possible to fix. It's I don't know, whatever. This gets me very frustrated. I got to create memes. Well, updated the tooltip text for all major and minor buffs and debuffs to describe what they actually do on the character UI. Okay. Continue rotating your camera while casting. We no longer delay the ability from being cast. Okay. Arrows will no longer blink in and out of existence as your bars swap. Oh, that happened? Interesting. Stun abilities such as Rune Prison or Pet will no longer fail to stun targets that are not currently CC'd or immune. Yeah, I actually had that happen in Battlegrounds. The enemy player didn't have CC, like animation at this whirling stuff around him. It could not petrify, it just didn't work. And I rewatched the video and it's like, what the F is happening? It should be able to stun him, and I guess there is a problem with it. Fixing issue in physical poison is our time would break stealth. Okay, pets could not deal damage. Pets that could not deal damage have now received therapy for their anger management and will no longer attempt to pull their owners to combat with nearby enemies unless provoked. Okay. Hey Samki. It is possible they could change server architecture. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. They probably have like 1-2 people working on trying to improve the server performance, and that's why it's not going anywhere. And it's just the whole server, mega server stuff that doesn't work. Look at World of Warcraft. They do maintenance every day, and it takes like 15 to 60 minutes. 15 to 60 minutes. At like morning and 3-4 AM, and not a lot of people play. Sometimes they have maintenance. You don't even need to log out. You can't log in during the maintenance, but you can still play. Get on their level, Sauce. It's fucking crazy. And when I played WoW Classic, I'm like, what? 50 minutes maintenance? And I don't even have to log out? Like, what? Then ESO, 24, like 8 hours maintenance. And if they break something, it's gonna be 16 hours. Anyway. Adjusted the standards from damage over time release to no longer deal approximately 2.5x damage of a traditional spammable attack such as Force Shock or Lava Wave, and now deals approximately 1.2x the damage over their duration. Okay. That's a huge nerf. That's cut in half. Area of effect damage over will now once again mirror the damage of their single target counterparts instead of dealing 33% less damage. To ensure they do not always beat out their single target counterpart, they will now cost approximately 66% more resources per second to maintain than their single target counterparts, up from 30%. Their standard duration have increased to 10 seconds from 8 seconds. That's a huge cost increase. Healing over time is no longer adhere to the damage over time standards due to the limitation of accessibility. There. Okay, they're still the same. Okay. Many morphs that change the behavior of their original parent, such as Eruption or Solar Barrage, are not fully adhered to some of the adjustments, such as power or cost, but have been kept within a range of power to ensure they do not widely overperform compared to similar abilities. Okay. Dude, that's a lot of notes. Jesus. Eruption costs more than Purge now. Eruption already drained magic of a mech DK like crazy. You drop Eruption, you can go search your magic, and now I guess I'm not sure. Players' source snares are now additive with movement speed rather than multiplicative. Snare reduction is always nice. Note that monsters will continue being special snowflakes with their own special... Is this a microaggression? I'm kidding. Auras from abilities such as Ebon Armory will no longer fall off for allies and bar swapping from an active 5-piece bonus via weapons. I will believe it after someone tested it. Because they already fixed it once again and the fix did not work. Abilities and item sets that grant physical and now grant an equal amount of both as a singular stat armor rather than two separate stats. What? Many item sets that granted X spell or now grant 0.5x armor. Ah, okay, yeah, okay, I see. It's a nerf. Yeah, if it's 0.5. Passives that grant a unique source of one have not been adjusted. Man, everybody likes Stonefish changes, see, we will get there in a second. Major and minor resolve now grant an equal amount of physical and spell resistance, and major and minor war have been discontinued. Where? Ah, okay, so major resolves gives you physical and spell now. a minor physical spell, and ward doesn't exist anymore. Great. That's fine, I guess. Fisting new meta. Note that this has not yet happened to Fracture and Breach or forms of penetration. I think it's mostly Gilliam making so Gilliam has a lot of work to do here. Like, if he really does most of the combat changes, it's tricky to put everything, or like, it's risky to put everything onto one guy. Well, I guess Wheeler still double checks on it, but I don't know how much he actually interferes within the whole thing. Deceased. Everybody likes we need a Stonefish emote. I see. Everybody wants a Stonefish emote. Ardent. Okay, so here we start with the class stuff. Necromancer came a little bit earlier because it's in like chapter section or whatever. I will do specific videos for each class to also showcase the changes in-game later, like throughout the PTS, as fast as possible once I have time. Because it's NA copies, I need to set up templates just for them to get deleted again, so I can recreate them again, which is obviously a lot of fun. Okay, Dragon Knight. Fury Breath. This ability in Smurfs now lasts 10 seconds at base, up from 8 seconds. Oh yeah, somebody said... Yeah, okay. Increase base cost to 3.5 up from 2008. That's a huge increase. Reduce the damage per tick of the damage over time portion of this ability by 47%. Engulfing Flames. This morphs bonus flame damage taken now scales off your spell damage. 1% for every 333 spell damage you have, up to a maximum of the original 10%. So that's actually a nice change. Because what they're trying to do is that you have to bring a mech DK into the group. Because mech DK kind of sucks. Or like, let's say, well, it's worse than other options. It can pull good DPS, but it's worse than other options. So what do? You just slap Engulfing Flames on a tank. Problem solved. You can't do that anymore. So you gotta have a mech DK. Now the big question is, well, do you really need a Magicka? Because Stamina is most likely pulling more damage. At least this patch. Yeah, 3.3k spell damage is for 10%. You definitely can get up there. Shouldn't be that hard. With infused weapon damage glyph on the back bar. Searing Strike. This ability in Smurfs now lasts 10 seconds. Ooh, all stuff lasts 10 seconds now? Increase the base cost from 2.9 up to 2.1. Yeah. Man, you do one rotation and goodbye Magicka. This ability and Smurfs have gained a new functionality of immediately applying their respective status effects to the enemy upon cast. Okay. Reduce the damage per tick by 60%. The new Moon Acolyte set. It's gonna be best in slot on most setups if it stays like this. It's very powerful. So I like the change. Like, people always QQ, well, the meta is this and this, right? It's just stack one class. Now, even if they make balance changes to damage, well, if Mechblade does 500 more DPS, the Meta Humpers will run all Mechblades, right? But this way, you're kind of, if you want the fire damage, you're forced to bring a Mech DK into the group to get it. So it's kind of like forced diversity or whatever you want to call it, I don't know. But it's nice. It's like, okay, dude, you have one chop. Keep your spell damage at 3.3k and keep the buff up 100% of the time. So it's nice. Molten Weapons, this ability and its morphs now grant Major Brutality and Sorcery at base. Igneous Weapons. The morph now increases duration further to 42 seconds up from... Jesus Christ. Forced gameplay, fun and healthy for the game. But it's not forced. I mean, you can live without the 10%. If you're a STEM group, you don't care. Magicka group, you don't necessarily need it, right? It's just fire damage. But if you really want to optimize fire damage, you need it. But it's just another option of optimizing your group. Stone Fist. Okay, here we go. Revert its ability to be a stamina-based spammable attack. It now deals physical damage like it used to at launch, since it's a rock. If a reduced range of 50 meters down from 28. Increase the damage by 66%, but no longer deals double damage if the target was stunned. This ability no longer stuns the target outright, but instead applies a stack of stagger to the enemy. After 5 stacks, the enemy will be stunned by the next Stonefish cast at them, including from other Dragonites if the target was stunned. All stacks of stagger are removed. Reduce the cost of this ability to 3.4k from 4k. Stone Giant. This morph no longer grants minor resolve after casting, but instead enhances the stagger mechanic where enemies affected take 25 extra damage from any attack per stack. Okay. This effect cannot stack from multiple sources. Oh, somebody already has a Stonefish emote? Gotta ban the word Stonefist. It triggers people too much. Obsidian Shard. This morph remains as a healer focus ability increases. Okay, okay. Yeah. So I know a lot of people pinged me about that. It's like, you need to spam it 6 times to stun a dude. It's like, why? Okay, like one thing. I wouldn't mind it if it would look cool. But the Stone Fist looks like a pile of poop that you throw at the enemy. It's like, come on. Stamina Dragon Knights have a poison theme. So why the fuck not make it some epic, cool poison animation or disease? But no, 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 no. We gotta throw poop at the enemy, right? Gotta wield the poop. I will tell Souls, like, please change the animation at least. Like, please do something. Just not the rock animation. I want, like, Dragon Knights are like poison themed. That's why I like them so much. The animations look amazing. But then now you need to weave stone, like poop balls. No bueno. I hope they will change it. And yeah, 6 times is way too. It's like, I know why they make it so hard to get stunned, because it deals decent damage, right? They don't want high damage abilities that also have like a CC effect.
Why you always bounce off? Press forward. I guess.
Logan Braddock with the 14 months. Thank you very much. This patch feels like a dentist forcibly removing 15 of our teeth. But Sauce gave us 17 extra teeth last patch. Yeah. Painful procedure. It will keep going on till the next chapter, most likely. So make sure to get to the dentist 2-3 times more. It's 3.4k stamina. Yeah. Imagine explaining to a friend who doesn't play as, oh, I'm a Dragon Knight. I chuck pebbles at people. Cool gameplay. Yeah. I remember they actually, the Noxious Breath used to be like disease. It had such a shitty animation. And they changed it to this really amazing, like, poison green thing. And I was like, oh, amazing. And now same thing here. We just gotta tell them, like, please change the animation. That video is probably still on my YouTube somewhere with the VRS like Noxious Breath animation. Nightblade. Okay, so that's a lot of dot increases. Wait. And I'm really not sure gonna be tough. Like, how do you want to sustain this? I mean, if you're a Breton with False God. I mean, next patch, if you're a Mech Boy, Breton and False God. On stamina, Redguard might actually be the better choice again, simply because you need to sustain. Might be. Stamina Whip. Well, like Quantum mentioned, nobody asks for a Stamina Whip. Everybody wanted a Stone Fist, and that's what you get. I'm choking, okay. I'm choking. It's a meme. But go tell Quantum. He likes to hear about it. Nightblade. Teleport Strike. Lotus Fan. This morphin applies a minor vulnerability to all enemies hit rather than the... What? Okay, interesting. Increase the duration to 10 seconds. So do they streamline all dots to 10 seconds now or what? Decrease the damage per tick approximately 47, okay. Aspect of Terror fixed, yeah. Shadow Cloak fixed. Shadow Image. The teleport for this morph is now 22 meters down from 28. Okay. Dark Shade. Yeah. Twisting Puff. Decrease the damage per tick of this morph by 33%. It just feels like, dude, these dots cost so much and they do so little. I think they need to tune back the nerfs a little bit, otherwise we will just... It might just be better to light attack, weave the spammable. Like, just weave spammable. Apply maybe 1-2 dots and then spam your spammable. Probably gonna get better results. And yeah, for all the people that farmed the Maelstrom weapons, the Maelstrom dual-wield weapons, I'm glad you did it, but they're most likely not gonna be used next patch. But you did Maelstrom Arena for pleasure in the first place anyway, right? Not to farm the sets, because they were best in slot. And 4x passive skill, yeah, you're actually right, bro. Warden. Yes, a pleasure. Yeah, you see? Everybody did it for fun. That's great to hear. Clap, clap. Make sure to applaud people that farm Maelstrom. Anyway, it's, you never know. Just don't destroy them, okay? Don't destroy these sets. They might get useful update 25 again, because maybe they will buff the whole thing again to 60% increased damage. Who knows? It's like a roller coaster. So where were we? I just can't leave these fucking comments. Like, let's keep going on. Siphoning, cripple, decrease the damage per tick, 50%, drain, this is morphs now, grant major brutality, and sorcery. Okay. This morph now also reduces enemy spell damage. Okay. This one is actually really strong and looks really cool. The power extraction looks really nice. Even though... Wait, is it worse or better than Whirling Blades? I'm not sure. But it's actually a good option and the skill just looks amazing. So if you're a Nightblade, I would actually use this. Just because of the animation. Dodo. Soul Shred, Soul Tether. This morph now also heals for half of the damage dealt up in the initial hit in order to help increase the defensive nature of the skill when you successfully cast it. Sork. So yeah, Nightblade. I mean, everybody gets nerfs. Okay? So you can cry together. So everybody will have the same issues next patch. I will update the builds like always on the website. I just think Breton with False God and maybe on Magicka and like Redguard on a Stamina might be a really good option. Or Vicious Serpent. We'll see. Have to check. You probably still can sustain. Well, we have to see how the rotations will turn out. Because if you just spam your spammable and light attack, you might not have that much of sustain issues. Helium called CC's an I win button. Well, I mean, you can dodge roll or block or predict most CCs, so if you're a skilled player, it shouldn't be a problem. Most issues is when break free isn't very reliable, or it just doesn't like... It takes like 2 minutes to break free. There are no skilled players. Well, maybe, who knows? They all gone. Gone playing Fortnite. Armament? What do you mean armament? Bound armaments. Yeah, okay. So Daedric, charge fixed, whatever. Unstable familiar. Reduce the damage of this ability and its morphs by 70%. Increase the cost to 4.5k, up from 2.8. Damn. Press it once. Goodbye Magicka. Increase the duration of special activation to 10 seconds. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna have 10-second rotations on Magicka builds. And stamina too. I feel like 8 seconds or like 6-second rotations were too slow, so I actually welcome that the rotations get a little bit longer. The base cost of summoning this ability has been streamlined to 3.5k. Summon unstable clan fear. This morph damage on scales of your max stamina rather than magic. Decrease the cost of the special to 4.5 from 4.8. The area of effect attack now deals the same damage as the basic attack, but hits in a 6-meter radius up from 5. Generous buff. Wait, was it? Wait. Unstable clan fear. Didn't that scale with max health? Didn't that ability scale with max health? Why did they say it scales with Magicka? I'm pretty sure it scales with max health, because on my Sorg tank, this shit crits for like 40k. No, it's pretty sure your max health. Because I have like 44k health from my Sorg tank and it crits like crazy. Maybe they changed it last time. The light attack with it scales with stamina. The morph, this morph damage now. Okay, got the check. I guess it's a decent change because you can use it on a stem neck, on a stem Sorg now. The heal scales with max health, but the damage portion scales off scaled off Magicka. Ah, okay. So now the okay, now I get it. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that's nice. It still costs Magicka, yeah, but this is actually nice. Okay, that's cool. Might be a little bit too strong though if you get like, if you have like 30k heal health. Summon Winged Twilight. Increase the heal of this ability and the Twilight morph to be closer to the heal power of Rush Ceremony. This results in approximately 87% increase. Wait, what? What? No way, bro. They nerfed it last patch, yeah, but it was still really strong. That seems like a little bit too much, no?
What do you see from that little cage?
Whatever, I guess. Twilight Material cures cancer now. I don't know what they thought about this. That's way too much, bro. Let's go. Oh my god, why would you do that? Yeah, I gotta like... Anyway. I mean, these are just small, like, things that... You know, most things... Sure, the damage nerf, it sucks. It had to be done. We have way too much DPS, that's just the truth. Sustain, on the other hand, it sucks that they nerfed it that much. Bolt Escape. The fatigue from this ability and smorphs now apply only if you successfully teleport 1 meter or more. Okay, that's nice. Maybe someone can link the Netch boats. This ability and Ball of Lightning morph no longer stuns targets in a 4 meter radius from your origin location, but instead stuns targets in a 6 meter radius at your final location. So when you streak through a melee guy that is next to you, he will not get stunned. I will upload this to YouTube too and put all the links into the description. Fix an issue where you could become stuck in a place after attempting to cast this ability or any of its morphs when a target was outside your line of sight. Yeah, oh my god, that was so annoying. Ball of Lightning. This morph now ranks up in duration of the summoned Ball of Lightning, which now lasts 3 seconds. This morph also adds 2 seconds of snare and immobilization immunity after teleporting. Okay, nice. Streak. This ability now creates a cone behind you after casting the damage and stuns enemies inside of it. The length is now 17 meters with a 40-degree arc. This means the ability will require more precise aiming when attempting to land on top of an enemy. Wait, you streak to the enemy and then it stuns backward? Like 40-degree? It's a Fargas power streak. Oh. I mean... Why did they do that? Like, why? Well, maybe they had to do it to actually fix the shitty, like, locked in place bug, I guess. Maybe they should do the same to undo, because it's probably the same issue. That's weird. Sounds, it's... I mean, 17 meters is basically the full length, so it still stuns all people. But the stun will come later now, right? Previously, you streaked and the dude got immediately stunned. Now you need to actually reach the end position and then the stun will happen, if I understand that correctly. So the chance to actually stun people got smaller, I guess. Lightning Splash, increase the base duration to 10. Cost increase. Reduce the damage 33. Surge, this ability and smorphs now grant major brutality and sorcery at base. Thank god. This was like, even the class tracks gave so much feedback on this last time and they didn't do it and now they do it. Nice. Did they nerf the pitch? Next streak I will run around naked and stun everyone who can see you. Yeah, I mean, all AoEs got nerfed really hard. I can see why people are not having fun when they're checking out the patch notes. Because it's just like... Peng, 66% cost increase. Damage reduction, it's like... Why? Well, they want to reduce power creep, but... I think at this point it would have been better to just increase the health of bosses. Because I think... people would mind less if they would just increase the health of bosses in PvE. Because just them getting nerfed is more power, like, it's just more annoying. There's a missing node for the stems. Ah, the bound armaments, they changed the skill, right? Yeah, yeah. I will do videos for each class separately and then we will check out that stuff just to see how it feels and so on. Yeah, I would definitely not gold out anything at the moment. Except maybe a weapon if you really want a DPS, right? Templar! Edric Spear, piercing javelin. Reduce the range to 22, okay. These abilities will now ignore the target's physical and spell resistance to ensure they have a unique auxiliary effect. Okay. That's nice and fairly strong. You can spam this on tanks, basically, yeah? Does it do a lot of damage? I can't remember. Puncturing sweeps. Oh, this fucking snares, too. The means will no longer properly be considered direct damage attacks rather than a hybrid of. Okay, so they are now a direct damage attack. So sweep scales of direct damage. I think EMAC tested it and it didn't work, so I hope they will fix it. Updated the visuals effects of this ability to better sync up with the attacks, yeah. I will update all the builds like always. Like day one, they will be updated. I'm gonna be on the PTS for the rest of my life. It's also annoying for me if Source changes the game every goddamn patch, because I need to, like, last patch it took me a full week, like a full week to update all the stuff. Sure, I changed up the PvP builds because they were kind of shitty before, only for Battlegrounds. Now they're more universally usable, I guess. But still, it takes a long time to update all the builds. So I gotta lock myself into a cave and just work on it. Get it done by the time it launches. Hey Gizmo, you don't necessarily need it. I usually, sometimes the passives on the websites, I rather have too much than too little. Because this build might have had a major skill ability in the past, and that's why it's there, right? And I don't remove it, because in the future I might replace again something with a major skill ability, and then I will forget to place it again. So I do hope that people can think this far, like, okay, I don't have this ability, so I don't need the passives. But yeah, I could remove it, but then I will probably forget it to place it when I have a major skill ability slotted again. Hicks, it's hard to say how it will turn out. Some people did already some rotations and they said they basically removed all the dots. And they just have like 1-2 dots and then they spam, they're spammable and they have the same DPS. So the rotations might get easier, but we have to test first and it's just week 1. Usually in week 3 they will have, again, quite a few more changes. So we just need to wait and monitor. So no more back bars? Oh yeah, definitely. You will always have to weapon swap. Don't worry about that. But again, the rotations might be more spammable focused again, which is nice. Because now the dot rotations, I don't like them. I just feel like in general about class identity, I feel like each class should have like a signature skill that really should be used and which makes the class unique. Like puncturing sweeps, right? But it's not really used because everybody's using elemental weapons. Stuff like that. Anyway, spear shards. 10 seconds. 5k cost from 3k. Damage reduction 53. Boy. Increase initially 10%, but decrease the damage over time by 59. 3x free sets. Yeah, the 3x sets are definitely strong. We'll see how it turns out. Dawn's Wrath, Backlash, Critically Strike, boom baby. Oh my god, that's strong. Oh. Which one's Logan? Purifying Light, the heal over time from this ability will now, as the tooltip insinuates. Okay, whatever. Living Dark, this morph now only snares targets rather than... Oh, this was so goddamn... This shitty bubble, man. Just deleted. Like, why did they... Reduce initial and set damage dealt by 44% at the final hit. This ability is so painful. Solar Flare, Solar Barrage, increase the duration to 8. Why not 10? Cheers, max experience this will pull 71, 70k. I mean, again, I'm not mad they nerf DPS. We have too much DPS. That's fine. But sustain might be a little bit tougher, and that's the problem. I think the DPS nerf is good, but the sustain nerf sucks. Sunfire. Fix an issue where a major prophecy from this ability and its morphs would only occur if you dealt damage. Okay. Now it's up on activation. Nice. So if somebody dodge rolls your ability, you will still get the buff now. Okay, that's cool. 10 seconds. Why is this not 10 seconds? Everything else is 10 seconds. Why is this not 10 seconds? I don't understand. Cost increase, decrease damage. Okay, rest in peace. Well, it's not. Godslayer. Hard to say. Might not be doable next patch. Might be doable in update 25 again. Might still be doable the next patch. Who knows? Hard to say. But chances are people that will not manage to get it this patch will also not manage to get it next patch. I think people that really work towards Godslayer next patch, like, you should get TikTok, you should get like Immortal Memer, what's the Cloudrest one? Griffin's Heart, or whatever the fuck it is called. All the stuff first. I think you should get that anyway before you even attempt Godslayer. Restoring Light. Griffin Heart, yeah. I mean, now it's nice because sure, it's gonna be more difficult, but it's the first time where we really get a damage nerf, right? Previously, groups didn't get better. Like a lot of groups got TikTok, not because the group got better, but because simply the power creep. The game just got easier, right? Ritual of Retribution. Reduce the damage per... Yeah, okay, that... 33, okay. Rite of Passage, fix an issue, blah, 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 blah. Okay. And the thing is... Yeah, Perfect is just trolling. He knows who was first. Hodor had the first Godslayer, then Unchained Animals, like 2-3 weeks later, and Mechanically Challenge got it, I think a few days ago. Like a week or two ago. And yeah, next patch I don't really see people, like, it's gonna be tough. It might still be doable, but it will definitely be harder because of the DPS nerf, right? But we will see. We will see. So if you wanna do it, go get it this patch. Otherwise you're fucked. Warden, Betting Edge. Okay. Remove one negative effect from you every 5 seconds. Okay. That's a weird time reduction. Tough, it will be impossible. Well, how can you say it will be impossible if you have not tried? At the moment, you can probably do a 25-minute Godslayer run if you want to. If you have a good group. So the damage nerfs are not that bad. Like, you have 5 minutes time window that you like. It might still be doable. Who knows? It's hard to say without testing. Time reduction is to keep it at free purchase. Yeah, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Blue Betty gives you magic again. Okay, Bullnetch stamina. Okay. So everybody will get negative effect removal. Stamina magic. Okay, that's cool. Dive. Is this the first buff today? That's the first buff I read today. Dive. This ability has received new functionality to help it stand alone as spammable, but has received some reduction to the base functionality that were in place to make up for the fact that it lacked any gameplay altering effects. Yeah. I think I told them that when I was invented to playtest Morrowind. The stamina morph. It's like It's one of the only abilities that changes to stamina and it has no other effect. It just changes to stamina. It's like, why doesn't it have an additional bonus? Small flow reduces the cost ability beyond the standard stamina cost reduction. It now applies a bleed to the target for 7 seconds if they're off balance. It now applies a bleed to the target for 7 seconds if they are off balance. Which can stack up to 7 times. What? So if the enemy is off balance, the bleed... You can stack 7 different bleeds on him, basically. I went over the Matriarch buff. You think there is Sauce Team we can? No, definitely not. First bird... Ah, okay. Well, okay. It now applies a bleed to the target if they're... Ah, okay, so the bird... Yeah, okay. Reduced... I forgot to read this, If you're at least 12 meters from the target up and dealing damage... okay, you can set them off balance.
What do you see?
But what do they mean by stack 7 times? It's 7... Yeah, so you can stack it 7 times. That sounds a little bit... powerful. Swarm increase the cost of... Okay, the applies to the target. These abilities now apply minor vulnerability to the target for the duration of the dot. What? Goodbye, infallible reader, if you have a Warden. I mean, you're even gonna use... Oh, it's even stamina bay? What? Growing Swarm. This morph has been redesigned into a stamina-based ability that deals bleed damage. The swarm no longer spreads to nearby enemies upon completion, but instead deals damage to enemies in an area around the initial hit. Okay, that's actually cool. So we will definitely see either a Stem or a Meg Warden in a group because minor vulnerability. That's nice. Stem Wardens pull good DPS. I like this change. Might be a little bit... yeah, let's see. It's nice that they give some more stamina-based abilities, but it's like 2 new bleeds. This is a bleed and this is a bleed. Why not make this like poison or disease damage? Because it's like a swarm, which infects you or something, right? Check Wöhler Twitter. Oh yeah, I saw that. Wöhler always get mixed up with Robbel and Wheeler. Like, it's Wöhler's fault. It's like, it doesn't even work at Souls, bro.
What do you see from that little cage?
There is some good players that at Souls HQ, but there are not plenty of good players. Okay, there's some good ones. You don't know who Wheeler is? He's the, like, he's in charge of the PvP and PvE team. Okay, so this is Warden the only class that got changes and actually it's like, oh, this is nice. Winter's Embrace. This ability and its morphs have regained the original function of Arctic Blast and deals frost damage in a 6-meter area around the caster while the heal over time persists. This damage scales with your max magic and spell damage to prevent compounded power for tank builds. Instead, this ability has inherent permafrost all functionality, where enemies hit 3 times in rapid succession with the ability are stunned. Okay, you cannot block this stun. Oh boy. But does team have like Well, the combat team that makes these changes, they're like 4 or 5 people, it's not more. They don't have a lot of resources. That's the main issue why everything takes so long. Paratomic with the Prime sub 2 months. Thank you very much. Oh, we actually reached... We went over the sub goal. Nice. Okay, let's see. Crystallized. 500 meters internal cooldown. Okay, whatever. Damage reduction. Sleet Storm. Hello, Permafrost. No longer stuns enemies who are hit multiple times by the effect, but instead increases duration of the ability by 1 second. Increase the snare. Oh my god, no, why? To 70%. Each tick of damage now applies a chill status effect. This sucks. So goddamn annoying when you have like these snare tarts, man. And now it's 70% again and they get 12 seconds. Don't like it. Anyway, two-handed. Reduce the damage. Rip Carve. Goodbye, Master Two-hander. Critical charge. Increase the duration to 10. This Stampede, man, it feels like if you are charging into a big target, like a dragon, and you're on the side, it makes like this weird move. It just looks weird and it doesn't feel right. Or you're too close to the dragon, you will charge backwards into the dragon. It's like... It just looks dumb. But okay. Reverse Slice. Fix an issue where the AoE damage of this ability could critically strike. Since the initial hit can already critical strike, this was effective, allowing the attack to double crit. Yes. I have seen 230k damage crits from Reverse Slice. That's funny. That's not even the only problem. Bloodthirsty probably also double jumps. Uppercut. Reduce the damage dealt by this ability and its morphs by approximately 16% to ensure it does not eclipse other damage abilities such as dots. Okay, 16% nerf, whatever. Now this here. This morph no longer knocks the target back and stuns them, but instead sets them off balance for 7 seconds. I don't know why. I mean, I know why they do it, because they don't want the hard CC on a high damage ability. Now you can... This is swing into a medium attack, right? This is swing, charge a heavy attack a little bit, and then it will stun him. So that will still work, but I don't know. It's unnecessary. What are you gonna use now? They also wrecked River Bash last patch. I don't know.
What do you see from that little cage?
I mean, on Stem DK, you're gonna DC swing into Fossilize into all slot. Dude is dead anyway, it doesn't matter, but... Fighter skill Fear, yeah, but that doesn't really work. I mean, the fighter skill Fear is nice if enemies come to you, but if they're running away, it's so easy to not get stunned, or like Fear. One-handed and shield. That's not a lot of changes. Okay, dual wield. 8%. Okay, flurry is still strong, so spammable. Twin slashes, more 60. Yeah, I saw a tooltip, like life versus PTS, and oh god. I don't know if it's even worth to keep up these dots. Gonna be interesting to see how that will turn out. Blade Claw, increase the base to 10 seconds, so it fits into the rotation. So they really want to go through with this 10-second rota. Huh? Increase the cost to 5k, reduce the damage by 32. Which is nice. I think 10 seconds is a good time for a rotation. Bow, rip poisoning section. That's, again, last patch, buffed by 80, now nerfed by 63 or something like that. I can't remember exactly. Yeah, I think Warden, the Stem Warden's actually gonna be very powerful. One of the most powerful specs. They got some nice buffs. Ballista. Updated toolbit to show its true range. Apparently it still causes a lot of health desync issues. I hope they can fix that. This morph no longer knocks back the target, but instead reduces their movement speed by 60 for 3 seconds. Oh, I hate... Well, okay, that's fine. The knockback was so goddamn annoying to actually break free. So, I guess the snare is fine. Master Bow, yeah. Volley. Increase the base cost of this ability and smorfs to 4.5 from 2.8. Decrease the damage by 17%, yeah. I think the Master's Bow might be even better now than the Maelstrom, right? Because the 300 weapon damage are not really affected. But again, Volley got nerfed again. AoE wise, you still want Maelstrom Bow. Single target, probably still Master. We will see. Do you have like no stamina stuns? Well, you have Stonefish now. What else do you want? Turn undead. But it kind of sucks. Yeah, I guess you're fucked. Davisky, it's hard to say. Some people said the more dots you remove, the more damage you will get. So we will see how it turns. Yeah, I also tried using Turn Evil during the Imperial City event, and it's like most of the time it doesn't hit because people move around very fast, and most of the times it just doesn't proc. Like, it doesn't fear them because they're a little bit outside. Plus the client, these things are fucking annoying. It's gonna be interesting to see. I mean, on certain classes like a Stum DK, you can use Fossilize, no problem, right? But some classes will definitely have more issues to stun. So we will see. I actually hope they will reintroduce some other stun options. Decrease the damage tick by 63%. Okay, increase 10 seconds. Okay, that's actually nice. Not cost increase. Soul Trap. Well, hello. Damage reduction, visuals. Yeah, okay. Nothing here. Werewolf. This more apply the disease status effect to enemies hit and do disease damage rather than a hybrid of physical and disease damage. Makes sense. Decrease the damage of tick by 60%, like all the other stuff got nerfed. This morph now heals for 100% of the damage caused instead of 50%. This will result in an overall reduction since the base damage has been reduced. Okay. So I was just about to say goodbye healing, but at least they realized, because it deals a lot less damage, the heals will be fucked. It's still a nerf, but not as bad as if they have left it at 50%. Decrease the damage per tick of the bleed applied from this morph. Didn't they just nerf the bleed last patch? Now they nerf it again? Man, being a werewolf is rough. Well, I guess all classes get nerfed the same, so I guess... It's not RIP. I heard the Blood Moon set got buffed. But it's just like... Heal costs 6k Magicka? They buffed the Werewolf Bleed last patch? Pretty sure they nerfed it, no? Can't remember. But yeah, Werewolf definitely. I don't think last patch was... I didn't understand why they changed Werewolf last patch. Now I can understand it because they also changed all the other abilities, right? But now it's like... Fighter skill, Trapeze, reduce the damage per tick of this event's morphs by 63, okay. It's a hard nerf, but it did a lot of damage, so okay. Entropy, this no longer grant major sorcery, rest in peace. Decrease the damage dealt. I like to use this on my Max Orc. On the other hand, Surge now gives sorcery and brutality, so no problem. Wait, this got the cost decrease? Why do all the other dots get a huge cost increase and this? Okay. Okay, D-Chain still gives sorcery, okay. That's weird. Okay. Fire Rune, Scalding Rune, reduce the damage per tick by 60. Oh. This lasted for one patch. It was actually nice using Fire Rune, I think. Boom, rip.
What do you see?
It might still be... Nah, it's actually gonna be shit. Man, fixed. Spawn Brawlings. 10... so this is a new dot now. It lasts 10 seconds, okay. Did actually decent damage. Shield play enchant. These enchant no longer grant bash cost reduction. They are now called bracing enchantments rather than shield play. Okay, so it just gives you block cost reduction. Okay. Potions that increase your physical respect no longer grant you major orders, but instead grant a unique value. Oh, okay. So you... Wait, what? So you could... How much is it? How much... I mean, if it's 5k, that's gonna be a lot. If it's for the full duration, I doubt that's the case though. I don't think Dizzy was such a big problem. It's so easy to predict. Because it has a 1 second cast time, or a 0.9, right? So the potion actually gives you 5k resist. If the potion really gives you 5k resistance and it lasts for the full duration of 45 seconds, that's gonna be very powerful. I doubt that that's the case though. They do make these potions best in slot immediately. 0.8 say, yeah, okay. It negates Major?
What do you see?
No, it doesn't. It negates Major Fracture. Well, then it's 5280, yeah? That sounds a little bit OP. If it's for the full duration. Item sets. Okay, fix this heal now visual effect. Increase the light attack damage bonus of this set to 55. Okay, nice. Reduce the cooldown to 15. Oh, okay. That's holy mother of chicken nuggets. That's a huge wow. Okay, that's nice. I like these changes. That's gonna be nice for Werewolf. You really want to run this set. Reduce the physical and grinder from the fire to 3460. What? Oh my god, put the cross on 45 brass. Rest in peace. I like to use fortified on a medium armor build. Right? Pariah is very powerful, yeah, but it's heavy armor, I think. You had more options with fortified. So brass goes from good set to decon. Well, don't decon it, just keep it. It might get buffed again. I mean, there is a lot of good new sets, so I like the build's gonna change a lot. But yeah, this seems like a little bit like, why not make it 4.5k, 4,500, 4,200, 3.4 really sounds. We will see, we will see. This set will no longer grant 7 for stamina to allies hit. Okay, instead the initial heal of granite will restore 100 magic and stamina for 4 seconds. So I told Sauce every week of the last PTS, it's like people gonna spam this with the master resto. Week 2, Sauce, people gonna spam this, you know? Week 3, Sauce. They didn't change it, and now they change it. Maybe it just takes a while. Maybe I send my feedback via birds to them. Now what I don't understand is the healing springs last 8 to 10 seconds, right? Why not make it last for the full duration? Because this again implies that you want to reapply healing springs or illustrious healing after 4 seconds. Which has no use because the skill lasts 8 to 10 seconds. Yeah, Red Epic, but how long do you know how long the resistance buff lasts on the potions? Is it for 45 seconds or just like 15 seconds? "15 seconds. Full time. I'm glad we agree. Let's take the middle road. On life it's 45. If it's 45 and it gives over 5k physical and spell resistance, that's broken. Outright. Gonna be interesting to see. Yeah, you make some sort of sacrifice, but trust me. You can only do spell and physical, no triple. Okay, okay. Ah, so either spell or physical. Yeah, I have to check. I haven't crafted resistance pots in a year, so like I gotta check first. If it's both, and it's 5k and it lasts for full duration, it's strong. If it's only one stat, okay, I can live with it. Still strong. But yeah, you make other drawbacks. Height of the Bear, this okay now has a visual effect. Oh, cool. Chudan! How is Chudan not like? How did that not get sniped yet? Chudan is like a 5-piece set, crambled together into the monster set. It's so strong. I wonder when they kill this. Is the okay? That's interesting. Sometimes I had a really hard time, like, it's like, well, you know, I can get my resistance buff from a class ability, but it's like, Chudan. So much resistance and extra health bonus. Sounds nice. One piece Chudan, one Lord Warden. Yeah, but the thing is, like, what I did on my Mech Warden is, so I don't have to run Frost Armor. I have space for another dot. And dots fuck up people. So it's really nice. And you get a lot of health, resistance, so yeah. It also gives minor protection, yeah. But honestly, you have so much health with Chudan. If you equip Chudan and other shit, dude, you're gonna get so much. It's like there's... who cares? But yeah, it's definitely... I mean, I guess it's not really overused. There's no point to nerf it. It's definitely a good alternative if you want to get more tanky. We also used this, actually, when we were starting to do Sunspire. Because it gave you so much health and resistance, right? It's just very nice. I felt like a off tank with this set. It's nice. Fix an issue where this set would fail to proc. Okay, interesting. 7th Spelunker. This set stamina restore now has a visual effect. Okay. Okay. Okay, that's it. Blood Moon? Yeah, it's probably gonna be the best choice for a werewolf. So, to conclude, what's the nice things? We get actually really good new item sets. They're nice. Some of the old item sets that are reworked are also really nice. So you actually get a lot of good options and diversity in terms of build. Some sets might be a little bit too strong, but we will see how they turn out after PTS is over. Then the queue finder, or like the dungeon finder, the group finder, whatever you call it, should finally be fixed. So that's gonna be nice. Hopefully it works. There is some memory improvement stuff. Hopefully it will help, especially with shitty memory leaks and stuff. What else is there? That's about it, huh? So these are the things we look forward to. There is a non-faction lock campaign, which is nice. Some new cool collectibles and so on. You obviously get the new story DLC stuff. Now, I actually do agree with the DPS nerfs. I think they're not bad. The only thing I do not like are the cost increases. I dislike these. Then there is a lot of questionable skill changes, which I also do not agree with. And it just feels shitty to change everything every 3 months. That's basically the main issue. And there's no new endgame content. I think there is no reason for an endgame player to come back to the game if they have quit in Scalebreaker. And a lot of people that still play might probably decide, well, why bother? Now, I do think Source knows that, but I think they're trying to fix most stuff, or like they have a roadmap up to the next chapter. Where they say, okay guys, look, we changed everything, it was a year-long process, and now it's done, and from now on we only will do small changes. They still need to work on class identity, it's not even close to being good. There's a lot of things. They try to make changes, but they're not good enough. The Stonefish change. Again, I don't want to throw poop at enemies. Stem DKs should be like should have a poison theme. So make the Stonefish, I don't know, something with poison. I don't care. Rename the ability. Stuff like that. So there is good things, but there's also bad things. Okay. But I just think there's not enough good things to really make it worth to come back. Unless you want to farm the new sets, which are nice. Actually, you don't need to farm them. You can just craft them. Huh? Well, what's the new moon set is a craftable set, right? Where is it? Yeah. Yeah, it's a craftable. So yeah, I think Source knows that a lot of people are disappointed, but they also know that they can't really do anything. They have a certain amount of resources they can spend. There's not a lot of people working on changes. So I will give them till the next chapter to really finish the process. I also do hope that they can redo the champion system when the next chapter hits. Because if they just do balance changes for classes and so on till the next chapter, and then after the next chapter they nerf the champion point system or change it, it will again cause uproar. I just wish, or I want to be, not change my shitty builds every 3 months. I think it's annoying for everybody, especially if you don't play the game every day. It's really confusing. They need to get it together, but yeah, again, I give them till next chapter. I will do separate videos on all the sets to showcase them, what I think about them, or like just all new sets together, and about the old sets. I will talk about each class changes and so on. I think the most important thing to take from this is that you shouldn't just take a look at your build or class. All classes got nerfed. It's not like, shit, my sword got nerfed again. Yes, but all other classes also got the nerf hammer. So you can cry together with your fellow, I don't know, Warden mate or whatever. I don't think they catered to foreign warriors. The only thing I don't understand is why they, like... Because they had their standardization stuff. So they have a target thing to acquire. Or like a skill has to be in a certain slot, deal a certain damage. How can you miss the target so much that you need to nerf the class ability or dots by 60-70%? I don't understand. Makes no sense. That's what I don't understand, right? That's what doesn't make sense to me. I know they want to tune down the DPS, but I just don't understand why, like... What changed? Did they change the formula again? In the end, I just would like to understand. My main issue is there is no new arena. In Clockwork we got Asylum, which is shit in my opinion. We got in Murkmire, we got Black Rose, which also kind of sucks, but at least it's new content. And now we get nothing. On top of that, we get like a zone cut in half, and it's sold in 2 parts. But yeah, I stay hopeful. I will update all the builds. I just hope that I don't have to change all builds again. Update 25 completely. Small adjustments are fine, right? That can always happen. And when there's new gear, no problem. But it's like... It's too much. And then the focus on the crown store. I have heard like there is a pet you can get that will increase your inventory by 5%. So instead of 200, you can get 205. And then there's 2 new skins that are Crown Store exclusive. It's like, there's no skins anymore in the game. Like, why the fuck do they have to jam everything in the Crown Store? Yeah. The damage nerfs are fine. They were really overtuned. I'm just a little bit sad because it just still shows that, like, they just audited that stuff and they missed the mark so hard. Like, why does it happen?
What do you see from that?
I will probably... We could actually, maybe when I stream tomorrow, if I have time, we could watch the Bethesda stream together. Well, Black Radio, just wait. Doom Eternal. We all know how Fallout ended. I'm sure they will manage to jam in micros. I'm playing Borderlands 3 a lot. It's a lot of fun. And I will also play test Modern Warfare, Call of Duty. I haven't played COD in like... since Modern Warfare 2 or like Black Ops. So it's gonna be interesting to see. Yes, I'm actually going to officially create content for Cyberpunk. Like, it's gonna be my next goal. I will still stay with ESO, but I want to add Cyberpunk to the list. So Cyberpunk is gonna be a great project. And I think a lot of people look forward to it. Bethesda has another stream tomorrow? No, I wanna watch the old one. I haven't watched the old one yet. Lizard. I'm not getting out of ESO. I will be here till the game rips. I have a stable income, I guess you could say. I can experiment around. I just want to add another game like Cyberpunk to the list.
What do you see from that little cage?
I usually play the games, the Dark Souls games on stream. I just don't really upload them to YouTube. A lot of people will make content. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, Cyberpunk, it's a project, right? If it will not work out, I will just ditch it. It's that simple. I just found myself, because in ESO on Twitch you can't really grow, it's really hard. So I just started streaming other games that I play. Because for me, when I work on ESO on YouTube and website 8 hours a day already, it's actually a nice pace of change to play other games. Even though not a lot of people watch. But it still gives a different feeling, because it's not like, okay, you know, I have to perform. I can just stream what I like. Other games. Because now it's like Borderlands. Sure, not a lot of people watch, but whatever. I don't feel pressured in some sense of way. But I also get a little bit toxic, because people fucking annoy me if they can't play the game. It's triggering me. So maybe I should just not stream at all. Because I'm very toxic. In YouTube videos and on website, you can control your anger, right? But in live streams it's sometimes a little bit hard. Why so serious? I get angry very fast. MOBAs? Nah, I never got into MOBAs. I mean, the thing for me is, with Cyberpunk, I mean, even now, like, people obviously don't see it, but my website is huge, okay? I focus a lot of my resources on the website. In June or July, we had like 500,000 unique users on the website. That's fucking crazy. That's huge. And if I can grab an audience in terms of Cyberpunk that will also check out my website, like for Cyberpunk content, that will be huge. Play PvP with Fangrush. Well, I mean, PvP, like, no, there is no point. Like, I actually plan to actually start stream PvP. Truth is, nobody gives a shit. There is so little people PvPing compared to PvE. And when I stream, there is usually not a lot of people on, right? And when I stream in the evening, it's laggy. I don't want to play in lag. I'm just not gonna play. Shitty lag, and it will never go away, sadly. But yeah, I'm looking forward. I also have to write my bachelor thesis, okay? Like, starting around mid-October. So I have to do that too. And I'm just slowly building up more solo builds on alcasthq.com that I'm working on. Because I usually only have dungeon builds with 4-man content, and I want to create solo builds. Even though there's not a lot of difference, but people usually get confused. That's something I'm working on. And then I have ESO sets with Werewolf, skill book, housing that we are developing. And some other stuff too. That always needs constant update and working. And I already have to work on Cyberpunk stuff. Like, if I want to get, like, it launches in April next year. If I want to set up a reasonable amount of content on the website, it takes a lot of work.
Fuck this shit. Fuck this shit.
Fu was here. 34 months. Thank you very much. Close to 3 years. Yep. Thank you very much. How you doing? Victory Wesker. Thank you for the prime sub. You all know that thesis is DOA. I just need a pause. That's all I need, okay? Sidon TV, yeah. I tried to actually play on the NA server a little bit, and it works. But the problem is, when I want to stream in the afternoon, it's like morning for them. So it's just, Cyrodiil is dead. There's nobody playing. And I don't want to stream till 11 in the evening. I want to do other stuff too, you know? Which other... RNC! With the 12 months, a full year. Thank you very much. Yeah, the thesis is gonna be interesting. It's so cancer, man, and I have no clue about anything, so it's like hard mode, okay? It's at least the professor helps me a lot.
What do you see from that little cage?
Like, I have good... When I play on the NA server, I have like 160 ping. It's not... The ping is not the problem. Sure, in the evening it's... For me, it's the time frame that's the problem. But yeah, I rather invest time in other stuff. That's just simply the truth.
Oh my god.
Slanian with another Prime sub. Thank you. Because I think as a sets, as a skill book, these two are very established now. They're also very easy, like they're fairly... Like the skill tooltips are always up to date. There's still a few bugs, but most of the times it's very up to date. And as of housing, it should grow over time, and I'm also working on a few like content there. And actually, let me see. I will do a YouTube video once I'm actually... Well, like I worked on this a while ago. It's just pretty basic, but it obviously will help with SEO. 3-year batch? Let me... I think so. It should be. I never know where I can find the stuff. Oh no, actually no. Gotta find something. Stonefist icon. I heard people really like the new Stonefist ability. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit annoying to deal with ESO till the next chapter, but I have hope that after the next, like with the next chapter, they will have their stuff together, and then from there on we will only see smaller changes. I just want classes to feel unique. I feel like other MMOs do a way better job doing that. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna dip out now. It's late, I'm old, I need my sleep. No, I'm kidding, I need to eat, I'm fucking hungry. Then I'm gonna watch a movie. Cry myself to sleep over... what's the worst change? Nah, probably Stonefish kinda sucks. Dizzy. Sober coffee. Cool, cool. I will upload the whole video onto YouTube. And I will also do separate videos and all the stuff. Because after all, that's all the content I have left. There's no new endgame stuff. I'm kidding, there is always new stuff. There's... You know, it's funny. On YouTube, I have like 80k subs. I still don't have a fucking clue what I'm doing. It's so retarded. It's so dumb. Yeah, it's... But anyway, there's always time to improve. I just need to plan things right. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and thanks for all the subs, much appreciated. See you probably tomorrow.